So today we're going to go through a software that I recently find out and really like about it. I think it's really interesting. And you look at that, I'm placing it next to my favorite software right now. So it's a really good software. So that's Blender, which is a free software. Can you imagine it? It's free of charge. My gosh. So this setup, we're just gonna do some interesting stuff that we learned. Control A, Shift A, and then you can get a plane in. Very quick, Blender 101, and then you can push S, and then you can scale it bigger. And let's Shift A again. Add another. Let's add a sphere. And move it higher. Here we can use a modifier to add the mesh subdivision surface. So then you can add 2 here. It looks smooth. Yeah, it's good. It's much smoother. Go to modeling, existing tab. Go back to object mode. Tab for going into object mode. And that's a camera. Okay, let's press 0 to look at the camera. Oh, get a plate. Let's add a modifier called wave. Oh yeah, let's set subdivide in surface. Right click, tab, right click, subdivide. Put it to 15 times. Yeah, so you can subdivide. Add modifier. Oh, go back to object mode. Add modifier, wave. Adjust some parameters here. Look at that. Quite interesting, huh? This thing go. Okay, let's adjust this here. Whether I can get this right. There it is. Height. Okay. So there's a wave. Dampening. Fall. Let's go to subdivide. The surface is to mesh up. Put this one on top, so it's subdivide before it's actually waving. Then still can continue doing it, and then make that object the sphere. Now you have this thing going around with it. Let's go to click on this plate object, and let's go to this subdivide. It's not subdivide enough yet. 4. Yeah. Then let's add another one, just for making it looks complex. Add another sphere. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Move it. Then click on this plate. We're gonna make another wave. Add modifier, wave, and then set position object sphere 2. Okay. So you can see that there's 2 spheres influencing this thing. Okay, this wave is a bit too much. Let me adjust this wave so that it looks more or less the same scale. 1. Height 0.5. 0.3. Narrowness. generate some very interesting landscape. But two wave lah, I mean basically two wave interfacing, and then wow, let's see, there's one wave from this ball, right? And then there's the other one from this ball, and then you can actually move that position of the spear. Right. It's cross interfacing. Clicking on this plate. Well, let's look at I think the top. There's the top. Let's look at the lighting of the light. Look at the. Let's go to the shaded mode. Take a look. How is it? Some lump stuff. Well, for this, let's do a simple material. Now, yeah, but definitely looks very good when it's metallic. There's no roughness. Look at that. Right, just right click and then shade smooth. It's just some stuff. Look at this stuff. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool, huh? Some cool stuff. And then let's go to texture and do a bump map. Interesting bump map. There's actually inbuilt. There's a voinoid texture, and then there is a square texture. Well, I mean you can play around with this stuff lah, but what it gives is a very interesting bump. What is the bump? Okay, it's not very interesting. Let's go and search for the bump first. Oh, it doesn't look great. Then I want this base color to be black. This bump map, is still no position? Let's try again. This one directly plugged to normal map. Click shift and then just play around with this material. Let's see. This one or not. You can actually, if you don't know how it looks like, you can actually just plug directly color to the surface. Why not diagram? Using that as a pump map. This 3D. To this normal hole, it looks like. This looks as good as I would thought. What about to the tangent? I mean, control spacebar to take a closer look. I mean, control spacebar again to come up. This bump map is not working. Let's try to see if I go into the height, how that looks like. Let's not go to the tangent here, go to normal here. I think it's there, but the strength is too much. It's not subtle enough, maybe. I think it's too much. Let's try to see if adjusting this stuff helps. the pump map normal. We'll plug it through there. Displacement, how do it look like? Oh, this looks good. Looks much more interesting when I go directly from there. Look at that, now I got this quiz line. That's really interesting. Can you see? Look at that. It looks like architecture facade, you know, that you can actually change very fast. I mean, go back to modeling, you can actually change this tab, because that is the object mode. Spear. Only the position actually matters. Go back to, let's go to shading. Let's take a look here. Yeah. And let's check these balls on top. This stuff. Okay. Influencing this stuff here. Okay, so there's a random mode here. Let's go to the random mode to take a look. So that's the random mode. I think there's a lack of lighting here, so let's get a Control A, let's get a mesh into here, scale it, and let's make this material elusive. Go to shading. Yeah, that material is clicked earlier, so new. This one I think can do it. Just Shift A, elusive, search elusive, go to surface here, and then I think it's good to search for black body object, which is the Kelvin lighting. Shader mode. Not looking great. The reason for that is because we did a new cycle. Okay, let's make a 3000 light. This is 4000 white light, and strength, let's make it to 2. Let's getting back to the inside, and in this camera view, well, I can actually rotate this to get a more interesting effect in the modeling. Let's rotate this piece of thing, go to tab, and rotate. Move it back slightly so that it's lighting up this stuff. Yeah, oh, that's quite cool. Look at this groove here, quite interesting, right? In this view, I want to hide this light with the camera. So here we can go into the object. I think it's the visibility. There's a setting. No. Oh yeah, here under object property, visibility, not in cameras, so it will be off from camera now. So let's go to the let's have a surrounding lighting or some kind of environmental map add to this thing. Well, with that we can go to shading again. There's a wall here, which is the surrounding lighting. So let's say change to white color. So the surrounding, right? Yeah, affect this thing. Go to texture. Let's go for environmental texture. And I don't know. It may not look nice, but let's give it a try. Let's try an image. Plug into the color. Oh, this image is big, a bit too big. Still haven't figured out how to offset the image yet, but let's try that other one instead. This other light. I think go to object. I think maybe I can do a even better material for this. This pump, this displacement. Can I make this displacement? Oh, I don't think so. Immersive. Can I make that immersive? No. Let's make this two balls, this thing. Let's choose for this sphere. This two sphere, let's make this a new material. Can I make a new material? This one we can just go for the principal. This one, principal beauty. This color, or gold color maybe. Did I have two? Metallic. Where is that? Yeah, two meshes there. Also modify. Let's modify. Oh, that's a subdivision. Doesn't matter, I think. Shouldn't matter. Look at that. It's quite cool. Just a sphere again. Oh, this material is not applied to this one, that's why. Go here and apply it to that also. That's cool. Let's make it more reflective. Decrease the roughness. More metallic glow. Look at that. You can even also make an immersive thing outside. Let's see whether it looks nice. Immersion and the volume. Doesn't really make a difference, huh? It seems supposedly you should light up the volume around it. In this case, it doesn't really have much of an impact, I see. This is the light up motion. Oh, how come it have such a big impact on the material below? I wonder. Well, I think it's quite cool. Let's do a mix these two shader. I think when it's a half-hearted thing, it's not as nice. I'll forget about it. Let's go to surface directly. This is okay. Oh, look at that. So we have a lot of interesting things about it. Yeah. And then Control C. Here I did the navigation, and it's actually Shift F for walk like a version. So I press Shift F. I should be able to use my W to fly around. WASD. Okay, so now we are ready to do an animation. Oh, actually the environment I can make some stuff still. Go to world view. I think this environment, I wanted to take the bright part of this image. So go to contrast, color. I want it to have a high contrast. Well, take a look at it. High contrast. I want to have a very high contrast, and then I want to take this to black and white. Now can I do hue? Yeah, and then I make it desaturated. And then maybe can I this is the surface. Actually I think the image is too green. I think it looks better if the background image is actually had a hue to it also. So let's add another node. And a node here. Saturation is a bit too much. How come it's so cut down? It looks nice, huh? Right? Why is this so crazy? Okay, let's delete this first. Let me search for hue again. Maybe the value is too much. Go to surface. Okay. It looks good, but it looks really good, but I still want a background, something background to it. So maybe let me try to use a mix shader this time. Mix this color with this thing. Go in here. And then this one, is it okay to make it in music? Let me try. Color. Can I do that? Oh, it's too bright. Wow, it's still too bright. It's crazy. Whew. Interesting. It looks like a fog. It'll take a lot of render time there. Let's take a look. Let's do a F12 for render. Take a look how it looks like. Oh, take a look. Wow, man, this is very slow. Close this first. Oh, I actually have a camera into it. My camera is actually not looking right, I think. Go to my camera. I think my camera should look. This volume is taking it very long. I think better not put it. Increasing the render time so much that I think I cannot take it also. For now, let's press 0 to get where's the camera looking. The camera is looking at nowhere. So that's the camera. Let's press F0 and then press N, and then we'll go to view, lock camera to view. Okay, take a good angle. Let's not lock it. Let's make it like more towards the whole thing first. Okay, 0 again. Numpad 0. Okay, that's more or less the whole thing. Then lock it, and then I want to right click camera's line angle, get all the way to this one. Yeah, it's good. I still think that this hue is not doing very well. Can I use this emissive as a hue here? It's not working well. What about that? Yeah, the light, the sunlight is can adjust. That's quite interesting. Let's press F12 and take a look how's it render like. Waiting way too long. Let's do a smaller preview by printout. Let's do a 800. Okay, can I? What is this? 400, 800 by 400, 1:2 ratio. And then let's do it again. I think it will be faster. Smaller pictures. I think the background will be much better if it's much more black and white. It's quite disturbing looking at this, right? This stuff. We can make that blur out. There's two ways. One is to from the material. Let's adjust the material background to more black and white. Sure. Well, it's like Photoshop in a way actually, huh? Okay, then another one is you can actually blur the background by using the camera. So select the camera already, right? Go to the camera setting here. Then there's a depth of field. Then choose a focal object. Let's choose one of the sphere to be a focal object, and then the distance. Supposing you should be lining up now. Depth of field, yeah. Wow. Video display. Viewport display. So depth of field should be blurring the background. aperture. Just allow the number of light to come in, I think. Actually that blur the foregrounds for some reason. Let's see. The focus is at this point. Blur the back and the front ground. F-stop 0.2. Aperture on the focus object. Viewport display size of this. Background images. Or we can actually just add the background images. Okay, that's cool. So just now the render is here. Let's go to sort 2, do a comparison. We can do a comparison quite fast. Oh, look at that, it's quite interesting, huh? The golden balls in a very weird landscape, right? Well, don't ask me what I did. Just cool stuff. Okay. Go to the shading. We're working on shading just now for some reason. F12 again. Render in slot 2. I think what render surprised me is that the functionality is so much. There's so much functionality to Blender, so much so that, and it's free. I mean, it's crazy for the developer to actually open it to so many people. So with this, you can actually compare the two and then press 1 and 2. Wait. This is sort 1, this is sort 2. Oh, there's subtle different. No, press 1 and 2, not on the numpad one. Yeah. Let's what do I want to do? Let's do do a video fly through. It's something that I learned. It's very interesting also. Let's see, I want to do more render. So do this angle. I think it's quite nice. It looks some jam up stuff, man. I need some stuff. What stuff? Just boom stuff. Go to render. Go to slot 3. Wow, look at that, it's cool. I mean, it's really surprising by the stuff that you can do. Let's press F12 again, and then render. This angle looks interesting, that wavy stuff. Yeah. Let's do a bigger render and let it run. Let's go to this print up, this print. Do 1004 by 400. And press F12 again. Okay, while I run on the background, let's do something regarding animation. So when you do animation, we normally use, this is the camera view, and we use this graph editor here. But that's a setup for videos, which I think is great. Yeah. Press 0, notepad 0. So this is not locked to camera yet. Let's lock it to camera now. View, lock camera to view. Press N. Go to render view. So render view. This is shading view. Shading view is good, as in it's fast now. It's much faster. So when do animation, I think it's good to go around with shading view first. And then after that, you can when you go into render view, Okay, we're going to render view, then that's the view render. Okay, cool. Let's go into this thing, this animation. Then there's a auto keying here, meaning these are keyframes lah. So because in here we already did the view, press Ctrl F, and it's actually it actually can use WASD. So what we can do now is that we let this animation run. Wow, clear on the camera. Okay, that's only one keyframe. Clear the keyframe first, delete those keyframes. Let's figure out where we want to start. How come it's not as interesting as the geometry just now anymore? Sucks. That's my plane. Go to modeling. Let's take a look at what's happening in the modeling. Tap. What happened? Did I adjust some stuff just now? How come it's just like this holding out? Let's go to this. No. Go to plane. Take a look at this two wave. See what's happening. I also don't know. Let's look at what we should do with it. And then we miss width. For some reason it changed. Okay, that's another landscape. That looks quite interesting. Let's go back to camera and we finish the video first. So again, that's the landscape here. Okay, so here we press play. Oh my gosh, I actually did an animation for the water wave. How do I did that? Oh my gosh, it's interesting, huh? I mean, I'm still new to this thing. They're already getting way beyond me. Look at that, what's that? Why is it waving around? That's quite cool. Oh my gosh. So what I did to adjust this thing. So I must have put a keyframe to this thing, huh? But I couldn't find it. Normally, supposedly, I should have keyframes here if it's under animation. Yeah. I don't see it here. Control. Press A. Or A is cancel. It doesn't have any illumination. Well, let me figure out. But it's really cool. I don't know why this is happening, but it's really cool. Okay, let's do the flyover also. This camera. And then the fly about is click this one, play, and then you do Control F. Okay. So what happened is that we have a fly about camera. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I thought I'm flying out. Yeah, I'm flying out. Oh, actually we reverse plated it. Delete keyframe, let's do it again. That's quite cool. Play from here and then let me do the fly through again. Oh, look at that. Let's see the camera. Okay. Take a look. I think the front part didn't do very well. It looks better when it's close, right? And I think it's better if the piece of surface is big. Oh, very interesting when it's close up. Okay, click on the camera, click all, delete. Let's make this thing much bigger. Class tab. Click this thing and tab, and then I wanted to scale the object. Object, please scale it, and I make it much bigger. Is it okay to be much bigger? Okay, let's go into animation back. Take a look how it looks like now. How come it's not much bigger? Press O. Press P. Okay, interesting. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's do the animation. I'm quite sure I just animate one of the waves, that's why it didn't move for the other one. I'll figure out that in another moment. Look at that texture right there, it's so interesting. It looks like some crazy architecture, isn't it? Some green colored jelly fish. Okay, go to camera, A, delete keyframe, play, Control F. Okay, for the purpose of this thing, let's complete this thing. Go to the starting, and then go to view, press I, available. Hey, no! Hey, dude, not this. This camera. Available. Okay. Go to the back. I, available. And then go to this keyframe. A, key, smooth key, sample key, right? And then we smooth key by alternate A. And we smoothen all this stuff. Now look at this. Wow! It's like drowned in water. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it looks like right now. And then for rendering, you just need to press this animation, Control F12. Blender is extremely powerful and extremely interesting software. I think I'm getting in love with it now. Look at that. I mean, it will take ages to do this in other software, other modeling software. let's go take a look at the rendering. The rendering just now. Let's go to slot 4 and do another one, just for fun, right? What am I? Animation, huh? Yeah, at 12. Okay, cool. Well, this is just interesting test on Blender.